Welcome back to another edition of On Point Live, right here from the Manhattan Beach studios. Hello, everybody. I'm Vince Ferragamo, former LA Rams quarterback, and alongside of me is my good friend, 20-year NFL legend and Hall of Famer Jackie Slater. And Jackie, what a weekend this weekend for basketball.
Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. First of all, let's talk about the NCAA Women's Championship game, Jackie. The Iowa Hawkeyes played the LSU Tigers. And, you know, if you're a basketball enthusiast, you would have loved this game. Jackie, there was almost 200 points scored in this game. Jackie, it went high scoring, and the level of commitment, the level of play for these girls was just outstanding. I didn't see them miss very many shots at all, you know, and that was remarkable. But we have to talk about, you know, as a player, you know, you want to strut, you want to just you know, open up your chest a little bit. You want to show everybody how good you are, you know, Jackie. And one thing is having confidence. Another thing is really kind of like bragging and you know, getting a little bit testy with your opponents. So, you know, there was a little bit of bad blood probably going on between Caitlin Clark and some of the LSU Tigers, and they didn't want to be outdone, you know, in this game. And at the conclusion of that game, Jackie, you know, Angel Reese, who's a fantastic player, Jack. She had a great game and probably named the MVP.
7 or 8 double-doubles in that game. She was the tournament MVP.
She was, Jackie, and she really stepped it up. And I don't know if Caitlin Clark gave this team some extra motivation, Jackie, with some pent-up bulletin billboard stuff. I mean, you know how that gets, man. That's one thing you don't want to give your opponent.
No bulletin
you don't
board
want
material.
You don't want to have any more added incentive to beat you, okay, Jackie? And I think this team, they played remarkable. They were out, and I saw them shoot lights out. And I don't know what got into them because that wasn't their style, but they outdid the Iowa Hawkeyes.
And you know, Vince, the thing about this game that I found so thrilling was the quality of the play that these young ladies were displaying. I mean, Caitlin Clark is, in my opinion, she's like the female version of Seth Curry. She's like the Pistol Pete Maverick from years ago down in New Orleans. I mean, just controlling the game at every aspect. And then you look at Angel Reese, the big block player for LSU, and then here she is with 7 or 8 double-doubles and was named the tournament MVP. Well, apparently along the way, Caitlin in her celebration and her trash talking, because she's a supreme trash talker, is what everybody says. Yeah. Well, she kind of dissed people. She had this thing where she was waving her hand and all of that, like you can't stop what you can't see or whatever it was. And to see Angel, the young lady Angel Reese, after they lost the championship, do that to her. Now the thing that crossed the line a little bit was she deliberately got in her face with it.
And this was after the game, Jackie.
After the game, and you can't
over,
do that.
you know, in the heat of the battle. In the heat of the moment, okay? Yeah, I can see you doing stuff, but the game is over.
The game is over.
And now you have to just shake hands,
you
know, sportsmanship.
Let the losers go and do their brooding, and you do
all your celebrating.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen because of what had happened in the prior 2 games. I understand Caitlin did that a couple of times with the previous 2 opponents that she defeated, and these people, they weren't going to have it happen, and they played their best football. Some shooters came out of no place, it seemed. The big people down in the box were playing really well. It was destined for an undermanned basketball team in Iowa to be beat the way they were. And my only disappointment was that as we sat and we watched one of the premier athletic events of our day, watching that with these girls, what we weren't able to see was great sportsmanship at the end of it. And you know, Vince, I played a lot of games. I only had 1 game in all of my career where I didn't shake my opponent's hand after the game and tell him a good game, and he'd say the same to me. Only 1 time. And that particular time, there was some bad blood flowing, so I can understand why it didn't happen then. But we expect to see teams like these 2 teams display a measurable amount of sportsmanship, and I think that was missing at the end of this game.
And you know, Jackie, a lot of it has to do with respect that you have for one another. You have respect for your own teammates, and you have respect for the guys that you're playing and the women you're playing. And you know, Caitlin Clark, is probably the Roger Federer of women's basketball, Jackie.
she
She's
is
created
special.
so much excitement. I mean, I almost like said to my wife, I said, "Hey, make sure you tape the game. I want to see it." You know?
I had to sit and watch it.
Yeah, you have to watch it. And, I think that, but give credit to the LSU Tigers too for coming out and displaying their talent on the basketball court. Because
Extreme talent.
you had a girl by the name of Jasmine Carson. Jackie, she was unbelievable.
Oh, she was shooting from everywhere.
Where did she come from? I mean, she's
Everywhere
a
she was
senior this year. She's going on and probably go play in the women's WNBA.
Yes.
And so I think that, like I say, give them credit. But yes, to put a damper a little bit on the end of the game was we didn't want to watch that as a spectator. You want to watch
even though you and I
shake
both
hands.
know that's going on.
Yeah, it goes on.
It's
it
just
goes
a
on.
part
But,
of it.
Come on. Just thank each other for the game that you played and go on. But that's only one end of it, Jackie. Then you've got men's basketball. San Diego State, the first time in history, have been in the final NCAA championship.
I don't know how you feel about it, but I don't think he's going to bowl too well.
This
I might be wrong, Vince.
Okay.
Because they're a great defensive team.
Well, yes.
Great defensive
but
team.
Jackie, when you have a schooling of coaches that have come from a family of coaches, you got the coach that's coaching for UConn. His dad coached him. His dad was a longtime coach. I mean, it's almost like a family tradition. It's a hand-me-down.
So you're doing the same things over and the winning things over and over and over. And that's what makes them so tough to beat, in my opinion.
Well, that would be great to see. But, Jackie, there's got to be a bucket list of 3 things that you would like to do in your lifetime at 3 different sporting events. What would they be?
Well, it's a good thing you asked me this question before we got
bucket list.
Before we started taping here, because
Yeah.
I had to think about that, because I'm a fan of a lot of different type of athletes and a lot of different sports. But when I sit down and I thought about it, Vince, this is what I would like to do. This is my bucket list of 3 things I'd like to do. Number 1, I'd like to be at the Belmont Stakes to watch the last leg of the Triple Crown, and I like to watch that horse win that race. I mean, to me, that would be very exciting. I don't care about going to the Kentucky Derby and wearing the hats and all the frills.
That's the longest race. That's the longest race, Jackie. And when they turn for home, that last furlong, that is like a half a mile straight down for the finish line.
It's an
and
endurance.
Man, it's just like go for
race. It's an endurance
race.
race.
It is.
And then the next thing, Vince, I would like to go to a Boston Celtics Laker final game, Game 7, and it has to be played in Boston with the Lakers winning.
Sure.
I'd like to see that, man. I tell you,
coming back
because
home.
I've just grown accustomed being here in Southern California, watching the rivalry of the Lakers and the Boston Celtics over the years. And then last, this is going to surprise you, Vince.
Right.
The last thing I would like to do on my bucket list of top 3 things, I'd like to go to a pickleball championship, the first ever major pickleball championship in the United States. Vince, I'm telling you, man.
That's the hottest growing sport there is right now.
It's the hottest growing sport, and a lot of tennis players don't like it because they're having to put pickleball courts in place of some of the tennis courts. But it's a fast game, Vince. It's got a lot of strategy to it. You got to be able to move around. You can't be a stoic, stuck in the mud and play this game. No. And then the dynamics of the paddle and the wiffle. I mean, to me, it just seems like something I could do and enjoy. Well, pickleball.
I gotta tell you, I gotta see.
What about you?
I gotta see real tennis. Okay, I'm gonna go to Paris. I'm gonna go see the French Open.
The French Open.
And see the finals match.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
My wife wants to go to France, and we got to go there and watch. She's big into tennis, so I'd have to go to that one. The other one would be probably to see the Kentucky Derby. To go back to Kentucky, that's the first leg of the Triple Crown.
So you're gonna
see that front runner, see that first horse make it.
Are you going to see the race, or are you going to dress up?
The mint juleps.
Drink mint juleps. So what are you going for?
Well, I get to see all the women dress up with all their hats and how well they dress for that event, Jackie. That's quite a display.
It looks like they're having a lot of fun when you watch it on TV.
It really is. And then probably the last thing I'd probably want to go to, Jackie, is I go back to Fenway Park. Watch a World Series game and see, maybe see the Dodgers or maybe even they couldn't be the Angels, right? Because Boston Red Sox probably have to be playing at home. Maybe a Dodgers Red Sox game would be great to watch.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that'd be a great one. So what else do you think, Jackie?
I don't know. I don't know what to think. See, where are we supposed to be going here?
We're going to the Chargers.
Oh, okay.